We've been asked to come to this gymnasium today in Germany to give advice about how best to protect and coat the various surfaces. So we're starting in the shower room. The shower room, we're going to put 673 coating down. Our 673 universal coating will seal the grout and it will also protect the floor. On here, we've got, these are already protected with an anti-fingerprint coating, so we don't need to touch those. So that's the protection. Then we're going to sanitize on a daily wash with a water-based Bacoban. So we can put this in a large container and we can spray it around. That gives us a daily protection, full antipathogen protection. Next, we're moving out of here into the shower, the wash basin area. The wash basins will be coated with standard SiO2 coating, and the taps as well, keep them nice and clean. And a weekly coating of Bacoban alcohol-based coating on these surfaces. It's more durable than the water-based coating. The mirrors, standard SiO2 coating. This, again, standard SiO2 coating. It's painted wood, but we'll protect it. Again, we can choose between, we can always use our Bacoban as a preventative coating. Right, next we're moving through. And this is one of the must coat areas. Absolutely essential. Let's be clear. We have a lot of naked people sitting down on top of these surfaces here. If I were to do a swab from this, they would be full of various contaminations. We don't need to go into it. This is an absolute must for Bacoban protection. So we'll coat this every week with the alcohol-based coating on here. Daily wash, we always have problems with foot infections in areas like this. We'll use Bacoban daily as part of this, the wash program. It's a low-cost alternative but it's much more efficient than anything else, and it gives us prolonged protection. Okay, from now we're going to go into the main gym area. Now we've worked our way from the toilets and the changing rooms down to the machines. Here we've got a very standard gym format. People have been sitting on here, sweating, sweat here, dirty hands on here. So how do we solve the problem of sanitation and protective ongoing sanitation? We have to use Bacoban. So we wipe here. This is going to clean that surface, sanitize the surface, and leave a protective barrier behind. That's really important. So what have I done? I've cleaned and sanitized. Same with the seat area. This is water-based, so it's not going to damage the plastic. So here, that is now completely sanitized to Class 2A medical device standard. That's hospital grade. The handles here. So the handle is now sanitized. It's our suggestion that these wipes are left available in workstations, so when somebody comes along and they use this piece of equipment, afterwards they can just take a wipe it here. They're preparing it for the next person. It's of course offering ongoing protection, but it really does make sense. And most gyms do that, where they prefer that the unit is cleaned so the next person can take a clean unit. So the answer for this problem is Bacoban wipes, undoubtedly. Now we're moving to the free weights. Nobody sanitizes free weights. So somebody will come along, use them, put them back. Nobody thinks to sanitize them. These areas here are highly contaminated. There's no question about it. Now the best way to address this problem is with Bacoban alcohol-based, and we have to be realistic. These are never going to get sanitized, so it's our job to do them on a regular basis. So we very simply take the alcohol-based coating, we spray it on here, and leave it. We do this once or twice a week. So we know that people aren't going to sanitize them. What have we done now? That has cleaned that surface. We are now completely free to touch that. when somebody's used it, and especially all the crevices inside there, they're coated in antipathogen SiO2 layer. So when somebody has finished touching it, they go away. That is then protected, so the next person can come and touch it. As part of our brief, we've been asked to come and give guidance about sanitising all the different areas in this environment. Here we're going to come to something that should be sanitised. I don't know if anybody that's watching can work out, but there's one place here that we most definitely should sanitise. And there it is. It's the keypad. Every single person comes along with their dirty, sweaty hands and touches that one point. So that is the area that we're going to sanitise here. We're going to use the alcohol-based coating. Put that on. It will be dry in about 5 minutes. Every single person that comes along and touches that is touching an SiO2-based antipathogen coating. Again, once a week is a suitable application time for there. See how quick and easy it is. But we're protecting the people that are using the gym, actually protecting that surface as well. It won't wear away. We're also talking about the same thing for here. We've got drinks dispensers. There's no reason why we can't sanitize that. So all of the touch points that are really the contamination hubs, we can sort out with either water-based or alcohol-based. Now, the owner asked us to consider sanitizing everything. Now, we could technically do it. It would cost a fortune to sanitize all the small areas inside here. But there is an alternative, and the alternative is using our nebulizing system. Now, that involves us bringing a machine, or two machines to this large area, and we very simply place the Bacoban inside the nebulizing unit, and it's pumped out at micron scale droplets. It's a dry droplet. It passes everywhere in the gym, and it would take, for this gym, it would take probably about an hour. And you could do that once a week. Very simply, you put the machine on, it nebulizes, it puts a mist or a fog everywhere. That fog of antipathogen coating descends on the surfaces, kills all the pathogens, and that protects it for the next week as well. So that's really worth considering for this gym owner. Nebulizing the whole environment once a week, it makes sense. So here we are at the entrance to it's a very nice gym, I must say. Here we are, they've got two issues here. This is where everybody comes and sees this beautiful gym, and they want to keep this as nice as possible, pristine condition. We have 2 or 3 options on here. We can coat it with our 640 coating, that will keep it very much maintenance free. So coat this whole stainless steel unit. It takes a lot of wear and tear and abrasion, lots of finger marks. I can see them here, you can't. But we will stop that by using our 640 coating. On here, we're back to that issue about every single person touching this one point. It makes sense. Just touch that. You don't have to do the whole thing. You don't have to sanitize the whole thing if you don't want to. But just 1 or 2 sprays of Bacoban to here makes total sense. Another issue was cleaning of certain areas. They're very happy with the general condition of the gym. But here we've got areas where they've tried everything to clean this floor area here. And you can see it's got in-ground dirt. Now, we've tested, and our our Biosativa cleaner will resolve this problem. Then we can put a coating just in this high footfall area here. We don't need it everywhere. It's not necessary to coat everything, but these high footfall area, we can put a nanoscale coating on there that will make it stay a lot cleaner, easier to clean. That you would have to reapply every 6 months in this environment, because it would take a lot of wear and tear. And they want an invisible coating that doesn't alter the texture. So we would clean with Biosativa, then put probably a 673 coating down here. We need to trial it just in the key areas. So we're not just about sanitation in this environment, it's about cleaning, preparation. It saves a lot of time and energy, so it's got to be a good idea. Continuing the discussion about contact points, and this is something that they want to have sanitized and cleaned. We're both going to protect it with the Bacoban alcohol-based application, so we just wipe it on. It takes seconds. So we're going to protect that. We have the glass here. Again, I can see a lot of finger marks on there. It's not saying it's dirty, but they want a higher standard. So we would use our 7601 coating on here. We're going to make it easy to clean. The finger marks will come off very, very easily. So sanitize the door handles here weekly. Just a quick wipe with Bacoban, 7601 here. And on the outside of the glass, we'll again use 7601 to make the exterior very, very clean. We're near a motorway in this environment, and so there's a lot of contamination potentially in the air. We want to make that easy to clean. So exterior, interior glass, 7601. This is architecturally quite pleasant in some respects. Yeah, in fact, the whole building has a really nice loft feel to it. But this is a bit of a designer's nightmare. Sounds simple, but here everybody comes and puts their hands, they sit, they put their hands. It's already become dirty. So they want to clean this and put a nanoscale coating on there, so they don't want to change the structure. So we can put a nanoscale coating on there. It takes a few seconds, so quick. That will mean that anybody puts their dirty fingers on there, it doesn't penetrate the stone, and then we can easily maintain it whenever it needs cleaning, once a year or whenever. But it will stop. If this continues to get greasy fingers on, it will really damage it, and you'd have to paint it. And you don't want it. You want a nice natural concrete feel to it.